Let us talk about the laws in regard to homosexuality in Africa. Let us talk about the laws in regards to homosexuality in Africa. This is episode 6. If you have missed episode 1 to 5, please go back into our archives and get this information. It's going to be important to you to understand where we come from. This is a show where I talk about the laws in regards to homosexuality in Africa, but also I trace the origins of homophobia in Africa. My name is Kato Mukasa. I'm a lawyer by profession and training, and in the studio is Dennis Bonge to do the production of the show. And this is Humanist TV Africa, which is a media channel under Humanist Media Africa. We are a registered organization that promotes rights of the marginalized, that actually is out there to give you the best information you cannot get elsewhere on these streets, on these platforms. We are a registered NGO with offices in Uganda and Kenya, offices in Zambia and Zimbabwe, Nigeria, and Ghana. We have offices right there. We have also studios in Sierra Leone, UK, and of course, US, and we are growing. Our intention is to empower people, to educate them, to inform them, but also to make sure that we have a paradigm shift in the way we look at issues. Today, let us talk about homosexuality. This is episode 6, a focus on anti-homosexuality laws in Africa. I remind you, this is episode 6. If you missed episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, please go back and watch them. You won't appreciate this show if you have missed the last shows. We are starting. Now, homosexuality, the laws in Africa. But before we go there, what has happened in Africa today is hate. I'm going to be showing you some images to see how homophobia affects people in Africa. Let us have a look at these images very fast. This is episode 6. Now, in Uganda, the year is 2010. The year was 2010, and there was this newspaper, call it a tabloid called Rolling Stone. The Rolling Stone released photos of 100 gay people. They call them 100 homos, top 100 homos in Uganda. You can imagine to be featured in a newspaper and they say you were homosexual in a country like Uganda, which is highly religious. The year was 2010. I was already working with homosexuals in Uganda. I was already working with their NGOs. And then this newspaper came out with names of 100 gay people in Uganda. What happened was a failure of the state to stop this newspaper from exposing homosexuals. And what happened? Many were killed, including David Kato, including my friend David Kato. He was killed. Others were hacked. Others were beaten. That one is David Kato Kisule. The guy was killed on 26 January 2011. Remember, the Rolling Stone came out with the paper in 2010, and in 2011, Kato was dead. 2011 January, Kato was dead. He was only 46 years by that time. He was the leader of a network of homosexuals. He was part of SMAG and was actually killed. Sexual Minorities Uganda. He was killed. Remember, the Rolling Stone, a tabloid, released names of 100 homosexuals in Uganda, including David Kato, and David Kato was targeted and killed. Others have been killed over the time. Others have been attacked in their houses. Others have been chased from school. Now, homophobia becomes a big challenge in Africa. David Kato is dead, but many others are dead, and hundreds of them are right now in exile. They have been tortured, they have been arrested, as you can see here and there. Of course, we give you these images to show you what is happening in Uganda, a lawless country, a country where the government actually perpetuates violence. The government is the leading violator of human rights. In Malawi, I give you the images of a case that became so public over these two guys. These two guys became public and were arrested. They were taken to court, and finally, court had to make a decision. That case, Stephen and his colleague, became a famous case in the world. The case of two homosexuals appearing in a court in Malawi. That was news in Malawi. And homosexuality, as I've been saying, is illegal in 37 countries in Africa. Let us continue with the exposure of the dangers of homophobia in Uganda. Of course, homophobia is there, but people actually move on. People move on. There are those guys who have been so bored, like this guy here in the photo. They move on and celebrate their days, regardless of the repercussions. Sometimes they're arrested, sometimes they're beaten. But these guys go and celebrate. They go in the forest and celebrate. And of course, others in the rest of the world join them and put up the banner. I've worked with these guys. I've worked with Farouk, Freedom and Rome, Uganda. I've also, of course, worked with SMAG as a trainer in their workshops. I've been part of these guys, so I know these faces, I know these people, and I know they are in danger. And of course, they need your support. Homosexuals are in danger. You can see them in other countries, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, and others. These people are being arrested and, in fact, killed. In countries like Yemen, Syria, Turkey, call it Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, these people are being killed. Of course, there have been campaigns in Uganda where these guys come up, have their banners, and try to make a statement saying, look, we should be free. Amnesty International has been there to support these people here and there. And thanks to Amnesty International and other organizations that normally come out to support homosexuals to have a say in Uganda. Sometimes they hold parties. Yes, sometimes they hold parties, gay people, lesbians, homosexuals. They have a life too. They're educated. They are well educated. They are well informed. But sometimes it is hard for them to come out and express themselves in Africa. Of course, we know that 17th May is one of those days that these people celebrate to break the barriers against homosexuality. Of course, it's something that we need to know about Africa. I keep on showing you these images. Please show these images. And of course, I give you Immanuel Kant, one of the best philosophers in the world, is this guy. Immanuel Kant says, if the truth shall kill them, let them die. If the truth shall kill them, let them die. Let them die. Tell them the truth. It's up to them to die or live by it. Now, Amnesty International, one of those NGOs that support the rights of homosexuals, has been saying that religious beliefs can never be used to legally justify discrimination against others. So Amnesty International is one of the powerhouse NGOs that actually promote these rights. And we say, as humanists, that science, because figuring things out is better than making stuff up. Please, you hate homosexuals because you are ignorant. You hate homosexuals because you are ignorant. Science will explain to you that. Nature will explain to you that. Voltaire once said that every man is guilty of all the good he did not do. If you sit there, you say brother, you say sister, being killed because they are gay, you are sitting on your rights. You are guilty as the guys who are killing him. That was Voltaire's words. Those are the words that Voltaire wanted you to know. Plato said you should not honor men more than the truth. Do not honor men more than the truth. If you know it's true that homosexuals have rights, it's true. Now, some people are homosexuals, others are heterosexuals. It's true. Naturally, some people are not like you. Some people are wired differently. Plato said the truth is going to be your shield. You should not honor men more than the truth. Speak the truth. This is why we are here. This guy says, I was born gay. We are taught religion. Religion is the leading cause of homophobia in Uganda. Many laws have been made in Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania. All these laws are being made because of religion. Religion is the leading cause of homophobia in Africa and elsewhere. Religion determines the laws against homosexuality. Courage is being yourself every day in a world that tells you to be someone else. This is one of the statements that I picked from the homosexuals organization. Courage is being yourself every day in a world that tells you to be someone else. Courage. They have courage. Human Civic Africa has the courage to come out and tell you. Now, pride is about love. Pride month is about love, not gender. There's a Pride Month always each year, and in that month, we say marriage is about love, not gender. Yes, we still say that. This person here says, it's from Smag, Ugandan. He says that love is too beautiful to be closeted. You deserve love, go out, love proudly. We're talking about laws. Now, if this statement is made, go out and love proudly, he will be arrested. He will be arrested. Because there are laws that even stop him from making such a statement. Stupid, hopeless laws of Africa. 37 countries in Africa criminalize homosexuality. Of course, we say there is the community of LGBTQ people in Ghana. As I speak to them, Ghana has just gotten a law that would imprison people up to 10 years for being homosexuals and for promoting what they call homosexuality. The so-called promotion of homosexuality in Ghana, you will be arrested for 10 years. In Uganda, you will be arrested for 20 years. In fact, Uganda still has a death penalty for aggravated homosexuality. Now, we are saying homosexuality laws were brought to Africa by our colonizers. In Uganda, Kenya, Ghana, Tanzania, all these laws were brought by the invaders, by the Europeans, by the imperialists. These are not our laws. These laws were brought to our countries by those that ruled us. We are saying decriminalize homosexuality, remove the laws that make it illegal for one to love the way they want. People can love the way they want, and this is the message here at Human Civic Africa today, as we go into digging deeper into the laws that promote hate in Africa. This is the book I wrote. That's the book I wrote. The book is called Some People Are Gay, Get Over It. This is my book. I wrote it. It's on Amazon. Please consider getting yourself a copy and read whatever I've been saying right in this book. Save your time. Do one thing. Buy a copy of this book. My name is Katu Mukasa. Look me up on Amazon. The book is Some People Are Gay, Get Over It. Now, that book is going to be able to explain to you more about the laws in Africa, more about homophobia, more about the history of homophobia in Africa, who brought the laws, which country have which law, and how can we defeat these laws. In the next episode, I'm going to explain to you how these laws are wrong. I'm going to show you the gaps in these laws. Check out the next episode, as I will show you the weaknesses in the laws against homosexuality, especially in Africa. Thank you for watching. Keep tuned, share, like, comment. See you in the next episode.